Yeah, for sure. Listen, man, to say that you've had a crazy experience in this life is one of the most understated things a person could ever say. I mean, where do we begin, right? Let's tell everybody your story. So you were wrongfully committed of murder. You spent 22 years on death row before you were exonerated by DNA evidence.
Hello, everyone. My name is Nick Harris, and I was, as Joe said, convicted and sentenced to die for a rape and murder I didn't commit at the age of 21 in 1981. I don't know any of this, but I tried in desperation to get out of a lie that this officer put on me. I got pulled over in a stolen car. The cop beats me up. He puts charges on me. I'm facing life imprisonment, and I'm a junkie. Because all of my life I was destroyed by what happened to me at the age of 7. I had my head beaten in by a man with a rock in his hand after he sexually assaulted me. And I did all the stupid things that people can do in the aftermath. I kept it a secret. And I let it foster all the anger in me. I became very aggressive as a child, and I ended up in trouble all the time. And when I was in prison on these unrelated charges to the murder, I stupidly fell into that mindset of desperation of trying to get out of it. I blew out both quads. I did my hamstrings. I ripped my feet open. I ran so hard in terror that I didn't care, man. And I got away. And I made it all the way to Florida, and I was going to leave the country and all this. And I said, I got to go back.
How did you get to Florida?
I stole a dude's wallet in New York, and I got on an airplane, and I went down to Florida, and I tried to rob a drug dealer. And I tried to do I was sitting there. I was so angry. I was going to kill myself. I was on, I'll never forget this day. I didn't want my folks to see me in prison handcuffs no more, you know? So I was going to buy a raft, and I was going to go out in the ocean, and I was going to have one last party with all the foods that I loved. Then I was going to stab the raft, wait for the sharks after I cut my wrists, you know? And then I was going to cap myself and go. Then I said, no, I'm going back. So I turned myself back in, and I thought, I'm going to get you back. You know, for all the days you made me go in a cage and beat some other prisoner while you stood there with a club laughing at me. I'm going to get you back. I'm going to make sure I start being a loving person again. So I'm sitting there in 1985, 1986 with 105 years plus the death penalty. And I decided, fuck this. I'm going to be a nice guy. So I started to learn